saying is actually something that does happen consistently, especially on social media. You hear it time and time again, especially from men. Well, you ain't ish, none of da 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 da. He was not short of shooting me the insults that he was shooting me. Boom, 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 back to back. When I stepped out of my feminine, hold on, please. When I stepped out of my femininity and I had to become aggressive so that I can have a conversation with him because he was overpowering and interrupting. And then that's when he began to say, oh, well, you're not this, da, 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 da. So then I had to step out of my femininity, address him accordingly. And then that whole conversation went the way that it went.
So
why should somebody make you step out of your femininity? It's just like a man saying, using the excuse of a woman made me step out of my masculinity. Women would literally call him gay like they always do. That sounds so stupid.
Naomi, hold on.
Hold on, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Please allow me to finish. So this is all that I'm saying. I'm not saying, for one, if people know me, if you know me and know the kind of woman that I am, I believe in the hierarchy of God, man, woman, child. 100%.
No, you don't.
I speak on it. I speak on it consistently. I speak on the submission of a woman and how men are not supposed to submit to women consistently, because according to the word of God, women are commanded to submit to men. Men are commanded to love their wives. Now,
y'all use God when it benefits you. Stop using God. Stop using God. Ladies, stop using God when it benefits you. Stop it.
There's a whole, like, I speak on this consistently. The thing is, though, when things like this happen, like the conversation that happened between me and the guy underneath me, I will automatically be shamed to say, well, no, da 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 da. Women are this, women are that, women are this, women are that. Well, what tends to happen is that when men are having conversations with us, and then we're like, hey, you know what? Or hey, you know what? I'm just not interested. Well, men turn around and they'll be like, well, you ain't ish anyways, da 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 da, blah, 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 blah. And it literally happens within a matter of weeks. Like,
that's not what happened, though.
Yeah, I got you, Jay. So
no, I just want to say real quick.
It's not fair what you're doing to
told her that these two women said you wasn't attracted, you weren't groomed, which is shade, right? Which is the same smoke. So only thing I did was said, run my shade. I didn't come up here and try to date Naomi or Miss Bo, right? But you try to leverage just because you wanted me to feel bad about myself because these two Pacific women didn't find me interest, as if I wanted their interest, right? Okay, and so you try to leverage that. That's all what happened.
The only reason,
real quick, because
I ended up doing what I did and moved the way that I moved is because I was matching your energy. You were very rude and interrupting consistently. And every time I tried to speak and complete that thought, men always say that women are supposed to constantly rest in our femininity and softness. There was no way I was going to be able to have a conversation with you resting in my true femininity because of the fact of your overpowering masculinity and your rudeness.
So that means your femininity is conditional, right? Conditional depending on the situation. You see, it's like their femininity they can switch on and switch off. Like, that's not femininity. That means you're faking it. It's just like a man saying, you know what, baby, I'm going to protect you and provide on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm going to put on my dress. I'm going to rest in my femininity. Then on Saturday and Sunday, I'll go back to my masculinity because of the situation. They wouldn't like that. That doesn't make any sense.
Why did you support Bruiser? Why did you support? And this is what I mean. Y'all will pick what benefits you. Mm-hmm. You didn't get on Bruiser for continuously interrupting me and not letting me talk and going on monologues. This is what when y'all will support you will support a man when it's convenient for you, and you will leave a man when it's convenient. Caliber of man. And see what he's doing right now. See what I'm talking. See what he's doing.
Allow me to.
Bruiser literally will not let me talk right now.
So allow me to elaborate why. The reason why I didn't address there's things that I don't agree with on Bruiser. 100%.
No. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you that.
Right now, so give me. Damn. Where'd he go?
He'll be back.
So the reason why I didn't interrupt, the reason why I didn't tell Bruiser stop interrupting him, according to the conversation he has with you, is because I've seen you on the panel go back and forth with him. You have no issue checking Bruiser. you have no issue saying, hey, don't interrupt me. Y'all have y'all's own monologue that continues. If I'm standing by myself, which is in this conversation, I had to, if I'm having a conversation with you, I can 100% rest in my femininity because you're honorable.
What?
You have the similar characteristics to Bruiser. You also, I don't agree with some things that you have, but I don't have to worry about you calling me out of my name. I don't have to worry about you being disrespectful. You tend to allow people to finish their thought. I've seen you on your podcast before, so I don't have to worry about me not being able to speak. There's a difference between me being able to rest in my femininity around you, Ali, and then allowing you to be the man that you are with Bruiser.
So you're a faker. You're fake feminine. What's that? You're a fake feminine woman. So you're not truly feminine if people can just push you to your femininity and to your masculinity whenever they say something. Oh my God. Doesn't she? Why is nobody calling this out? I mean, tonight, I really want to join Lapif. I think I'm in the mood to call these things out. Hopefully they have ladies and guys on tonight, right? Because this is so crazy.
And interact in that exchange. That's where this is where I believe that men have conversations with men. The conversation that I was having with that gentleman, I can't be feminine. Because if I'm feminine, he will overpower me and overtake me and be completely disrespectful to me.
Naomi, the one thing that I got to say real quick is the revisionist history part. You know, JP's energy was that way towards you because you did inexplicably, unprovoked, you did mention that you wouldn't date him. And I think that's a shot, and anybody would have the right to and would feel like, yo, you wouldn't date me. Like, shorty, I didn't ask you. I didn't even ask you that. Like, type of anybody would feel a certain type of way if somebody said that to them. So that maybe, and that's what I believe is why you got that energy from him.
So
I came in talking to the men now.
You know what, real dope? I concede to what you're saying. Although this man has been in the live previously and has joined the live previously where I have been on, where he knows that I'm a single mom. So when he came up with the energy that he was saying and the things that he was saying, the way that he was saying, and even to the point of him saying how women, the examples that he was using about women making so much more money and this, that, whatever, that's what I addressed initially first. And then that's when all of that started. But
you're not the only single mom in the world. I've met some really nice single moms. I'm going to be honest. And obviously I wouldn't tell a guy to get married to a single mom, but I've met some really good single moms, like nice, feminine, gentle, whatever happened between their baby daddy. I don't know. I don't care, but I'm just saying, but she's already feeling guilty because he was talking about single. He didn't even mention your name. So clearly whatever he was saying was right because you got offended.
I do it.
Hang on real quick. Let me say something. I'm gonna pass it right back to you, Naomi. What y'all can't do to the woman is build a theme of questioning on answering the women on the panel. Who would they date? Who is their preference? Who would they like? Who values what they replace with another? And then whenever she start looking around on the panel, she can't tell you who she wouldn't date on the panel. You can't have it both ways. You can't build a theme on nitpicking and trying to figure out what their preference is based on a man. And then when she having a communication experience with a man on the panel, she don't get to say that whether or not she would date him or not. You can't have it.
That's cool. Hold on. Hey,
wait. Let me land.
How long you take you to land?
You can't put her in that energy and that theme, and then don't expect her to look at the guys around her to also give you a little insight or intellect based on her selection process, based on the behavior that she's being able to see.
So Darwin, I'm gonna come right back to my question. You're not about to run away and deflect by using everybody else. How would you get Naomi to like Jay Prince?
No way. He's gotta make the money.
First of all, I wouldn't get Naomi to like Jay Prince, but I will tell you this. I'm a slick motherfucker, and I'm all about outcomes.
Okay.
If Jay Prince came to me and said, "Hey, look, you know what? I really like Naomi, and I want."
Okay, here we go.
I want that. I want that.
Okay.
What I would do is I would hit Naomi up offline. I was like, you know what? I know you don't find a Jay Prince attractive. I know he's not your cup of tea. What would it take for him to go out on a date with you and get the buzz? She probably would throw some shit up like, you know what? I don't like him, but niggas that I don't like, I charge them niggas $1,500. I would go back to Jay Prince and I say, look, if you really want to have a moment with Naomi, like, yes, man, tell me what I got to do. Well, you need to Annie the fuck up.
I told you, it's all about the money, baby. It's all about the money. What's the song? I'ma tell you, and who tell me, dollar billion, dollar billion. So it goes back to the money.
Here you go with the money pill bullshit.
So you a coach that don't change the man to get different outcomes. You have to actually talk to Naomi to like Jay Prince. He can't talk to her to make him like him.
What I just did
was talk to Naomi and put some interference in so she may like Jay Prince.
Or are you gonna talk to me?
Yes, because you can't even translate your own words.
Okay, what I just did was I just showcased how I went into the market to see what the requirement was for this type of archetype or this type of man. I went to the market. Naomi is the actual market in this case. I went to the market and inquired, what are they for the guys that actually don't like? How do they raise the goal? How do they move the goalposts? Or what is the criteria or the degree of entry for this guy to access this particular woman that doesn't naturally like this dude? And what I did was I showcased a way where I would go into the market. It doesn't mean I got to go talk to Naomi. I could just go study the numbers. And I can tell you,
you just said you'd have to go talk to her. Stop changing it. You keep.
I'm using it.
I've always liked Darwin Bruiser, this guy right here, but Ilkan Ali on this panel, he had him like scraping for shit. Like he killed it. He lost this debate by, I don't know what happened, Bruiser. He's good at debates, but this time around, I can't believe it. Maybe because, well, he's a married man, so I'm not gonna say he's attracted to Naomi, but I think we can all say she's good-looking lady. I like the black hair, the long hair, so I'm sure I'm not the only one who sees it. Because every time I say a woman looks good, y'all call me a simp for some reason. Miss Mariam told me I'm such a nice guy. So I guess I'm guilty.
I used the case with Naomi, me going to inquire directly with Naomi as a metaphor, a comparison to me going to the market using numbers, using math to say, okay, look, based on the numbers, based on the probability, based on what's actually going on in the market, guys like Jay Prince have to pay for women like Naomi.
Every man paid.
And I will report back and be like, hey, look,
you know what?
For these type of women that you want, you got to pay, or you got to wear designer, you got to wear jewelry or some shit so you can be more marketable.
So you want me to tell you?
I don't make the rules. I go in the market and I figure out what's working and what's not working. And I will go back to Jay Prince and say, well, look, the shit you doing ain't working. You don't have the charm. You don't have the jawline. You don't have the finish. You're going to have to Annie the fuck up.
He's wrong. Every man pays. Shout out to CGA. Every man pays. Whether you're paying through debts, whether you're paying directly, whether you're paying through gifts, you're paying through time. That's a form of payment. You may not pay on debts and buying gifts, but if you're spending time with a woman, that's payment because you could be spending that time making money. So that's a form of payment. And then energy, right? Mood swings, emotions, arguing, happy, this up and down, you're paying. That's a form of payment, right? So money, energy, and attention. They need attention. Call me in the morning, text me, check on me, right? So money, energy, attention, and time, that's a form of payment. Every man pays. Shout out to CGA. So I don't know what he's talking about, that men like Jay Prince have to pay. Every man pays.
Right. Let me say this right quick, Ali. May I say this? I think the reason, what really transpired in this conversation when I first came up, I literally came up talking to the men in general. The women had an issue because I said I gave up disqualifiers that they are foreign to listening to, right? When I brought up that women that cannot reproduce don't qualify.
Yeah.
And I see the offensiveness went through that. So matter of fact, Ms. Bowles spoke up. Yeah. And I started noticing the energy change because now us men can leverage their qualities, right? So if women cannot reproduce, if women not beautiful, and women don't have energies what men seek at the women, they don't qualify. But these women feel entitled because us men, like what Bruce is doing, never put them to task where they have to earn our wants. This is why I'm starting to believe that we've been misled to believe that we had to chase women. Why? I have never seen an employer go out and chase employees. I consider women to be the employees and we are the employers. If they send,
I agree. If you find a company that is damn near chasing after people to work for the company, there is an issue. That means they have a high turnover rate. That means they don't have a good working environment. That means maybe they don't pay well. There is something wrong. If you find a company, you apply and they tell you start today, and then you look in the lunchroom and you look around and there's nobody, they have a high turnover rate. That's a company you don't want to work for. If a company is chasing after you, there's an issue. Either you're very, very high value or the company ain't shit. So he's right. And honestly, guys, if you're chasing after a woman, that's probably because she doesn't want you. If you're chasing after something, it's running away from you.
That we got to provide, protect, and produce. We doing everything that an employer do, not an employee. So you trying to put us in a submissive position as men to be the employee, while the woman that don't give us shit to be the employer. What are we going to gain for getting on our knees, bowing down to a woman that don't got nothing to offer? She don't got no fertility. She don't got no the energies that we want. And some of them within their spirits, if they don't got the energies, gonna make them not beautiful because they're gonna look uglier.
Why would you go after her then?
So no, but what I'm saying is this is so misleading to men, and this is why men is failing of finding mates, because people have always told us to acquiesce to women and make them give women all of this power. This is the reason why these women up here feel like, and what she basically doing in the conversation is divide and conquer. Mm-hmm. She trying to leverage all of the men to piss me off because based on what I have said, that women don't qualify, they can't reproduce, which I still stand on, right? If you're not beautiful, you don't qualify. If you don't have the energies that men desire, peace, feminine, nurture. Listening to Naomi, I understand why she's divorced, right? She did not.
He is going off. Oh my God. Oh. I mean, I have to agree with him. I mean, Naomi looks good, but you guys, sometimes you have to wonder if a woman really looks that good, and every man can see that she looks good, why is she single? And I've said it time and time again. If you meet a woman 30 years and over and above, 30, 31 and more, beautiful, and you can tell she's beautiful, the next man can tell she's beautiful, but she's single, I can guarantee you she has met so many good men. Why? Because she's good looking. So I can tell you men have approached her, but she's still single. Unless her husband died last night, there is no reason why a good looking woman should be single, because she gets approached by good and bad men. She can select a good man.
Femininity. If you would do this to a man that you just met for 10 minutes, what that would look like for your husband with kids that you've been knowing all your life. You are a very argumentative baby mama. Ooh. You are for the streets. You already said that you a fuck future, a ghetto thug nigga. So you are a outer race ratchet woman, ma'am. Your husband, and if any man get with you, you will not only be a second marriage, right? As a woman, but they will be marrying a baby mama.
Oh, they pissed him off. They pissed him off. Oh my God, because I reacted to the first part of this video yesterday. I didn't see this part. This is another video. She must have said, oh, yeah, she said she wouldn't date him. And he hadn't addressed that at all. Like she just randomly said, I wouldn't date a man like this. He's going off. I mean, it's fair. It's fair. So, hey, listen, no love lost. Oh my God. I need to get to Lapif tonight because looks like this was fun. Anyway, that's the end of the video, man. I'm dying, man. I'm crying. She seemed like a sweetheart, but Mariam is saying she's a hyena. Mariam, if you're calling Naomi a hyena, then I don't know what you're going to call Bo right here. Because Bo is like the feminist. Bo is like the leader of all feminists.